Welcome to Discovery! Roll the intro, please. Welcome back to another episode of Discovery. We had a 2-week hiatus, but I'm back and ready to share my thoughts on the latest releases for this month. We were diving deeper into a few new releases for October. I was sad to find out that fucking Opeth's new album, The Last Will and Testament, has been delayed until fucking November. It's expected to arrive in late November, which is a bit annoying, but things happen, and shit happens, and I'm sure will be one of my favorite albums of the year because the growls are back, baby. So anyway, let me know what you discovered in the past few weeks and share your disagreements and agreements in the comments below. I know a lot of you will disagree with this discovery, but these are just my thoughts and they shouldn't influence you on how you feel about it. Now let's start with something extremely fucking disappointing. First up on Discovery is the Finnish Death Doom band. Actually, would you even call them that now? I don't know. It's Swallow the Sun and their new album Shining, released on October 18th through Century Media Records. Take a look at this dismal shit. Oh dear, we are in trouble. I never thought I would say this about one of my favorite bands, but Swallow the Sun dropped 1,000 nails onto the floor. 1,000 fucking nails onto the floor, and now they are all scattered all over the floor, and it's impossible to find every single nail. I'm talking about how disappointing this album is. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I have spent plenty of hours with this album and I just can't get into it. It's the sound of it. The production is very clean and every note is visible to the ear. The songs are very forgettable and the vocals, well, those signature vocals, that you expect from Mikko are almost gone. Yes, you still get some hard-hitting songs and that classic sort of Sun sound in tracks like What I've Become and Cold, but a lot of this album doesn't really resemble much of Death Doom. It's a happier fucking sounding album by Swallow the Sun, and the lyrics are more brighter. Melancholy is a pretty good song, soft and somber. Melancholia. The first 3 songs, which are singles, are the best songs off the album. The rest is pretty fucking forgettable. Swallow the Sun weren't aiming for their fans on this one. They were trying to reach the mainstream, and a lot of these songs sound like radio tracks, like November Dust and Velvet Chains are all forgettable songs in my opinion. This is a cash grab by Swallow the Sun. The self-titled track Shining that ends the album is incredibly disappointing. Overall, this album is just a piece of shit. It's disappointment. It's disappointment fucking galore. Would you say this is like one of my weakest albums of the year? Probably it is. Listening to even Moonflowers, it was very different by Swallow the Sun, but you could tell they were changing their sound. On this, they completely stripped the death growls from some songs, which it really needed to be there, because some of these tracks are just fucking plain old boring in a bad way. The instrumentals are good, there are some really nice guitar passages, but to me, this does not sound like Swallow the fucking Sun. I'm sure a lot of people would like this, but it's not for me. It's more gothic, with about 85% of it featuring clean fucking vocals and soothing passages with piano and clean guitar. Yeah, this album isn't great, nor is it good. The production's way too clean, which is another problem. There are no dirty or grimy moments. It's very polished. This is their worst album in their discography to date, and this album can truly get in the fucking bin. The most disappointing album for me of 2024. Only like 3 songs off this. I'm scoring at a solid 40%. Originally, the score was a bit lower. I contemplated giving it even a 30%, but is it really that bad? It is for Swallow the Sun, but some albums from other bands have made worse albums, so 40% is fair, and this is what it fucking gets. Get in the bin and stick a breadstick up your ass if you like it. Let's now move on to something more positive. It's another Finnish band, Ensiferum, and the new album Winter Storm, released on October 18th through Metal Blade Records. Take a listen. Wow, this is a brilliant album from start to finish. I love the guitar work on this, the melodies that get stuck in your head, and this is 100 times better than Swallow the Cum. This is a heavy album with great solos, melodic death metal elements, progressive flavors, and chanty songs about epic and majestic themes. I love the orchestration and the epic nature of this album. The vocals are at times in the realm of melodic death metal, and at times it does sound like Winter Sun, but Winter Storm by Ensiferum just does it a bit better. The songwriting is fantastic, takes you on an adventure for over 40 minutes with great tracks like Long Cold Winter of Sorrow and Strife, the epic and catchy Fatherland, the hard-hitting From Order to Chaos, and the song Victorious to end off the fucking album to sum up this whole adventure. Yeah, the production is very good. I love the drumming on this, and the clean production just works well for this metal album. The riffs are excellent. You get gang chants in songs like Long Cold Winter of Sorrow and Strife, which is all about fucking drinking and having fun while still maintaining its serious tone. Scars in the Heart is another great song. The band works so well on this album. I love the orchestral and symphonic elements that aren't too overpowering and don't overshadow the band. They make things more epic, reminding me of bands like Rhapsody of Fire. I really enjoyed this one. It's a solid album from start to finish. I'm scoring it a 75%, with Fatherland being my favorite song off the album. There are some really hard-hitting parts, and Fatherland is the catchiest and heaviest song on the album. The legendary Norwegian band Funeral released their new album Gospel Bones on October 18th through Season of Mist. This album is very good. I know some people won't enjoy it because of how slow it is, but this is a stunning funeral doom with layers on complexity. I just love how slow and haunting it is. This is the best doom metal album of the week and possibly the year, taking Swallow the Sun's new album and dragging it down into the depths of fiery hell. With its intricate songwriting and slow-paced section, Funeral has crafted yet another fantastic meter ball. This album is definitely a lot slower than its predecessor, Presentalis in Eternum, but if you enjoy slow, crushing riffs, impactful snare work, and tedious 9-minute plus songs, you'll fucking appreciate this. It's filled with atmosphere and dread like the never-ending doom that looms over us as if the apocalypse is about to arrive at any moment. The wave of emotions throughout the album, combined with the stunning clean vocals that feel as if he is singing directly in your ears, creates a fucking powerful listening experience. It's an emotionally charged album running over an hour long, but it's brilliant for what it is. One thing, don't expect any funeral doom. Oh God, oh dear, we are in trouble. You know, there's a few times, maybe I'll have to unplug something. Maybe I'm getting overzealous here. Oh, no, wrong one. We'll get rid of this. Okay, so, hopefully, we don't cut up again. But yeah, one thing, don't expect any funeral doom growls. If you come in expecting it to sound like Ahab with those monstrous growls, you will be severely disappointed. It's all clean vocals and it works very well for Funeral. The music is undeniably funeral doom, especially when you hear the haunting bells in Too Young to Die and Yesteryear with those crushing riffs that will turn you into chemicals. I'm serious, it will turn you into fucking chemicals. Possession of Misery is another slow burner, but the climax is fantastic. The break All Hearts Are Men is a stunning funeral doom song filled with so much emotion. Some songs do pick up the pace, but it's mainly dark and melancholic funeral doom, and I love it. I'm scoring this around 75%. Although I do enjoy it, you have to be in the mood to appreciate it. It's not like Ahab, we can put it on at any time of the day. You need to be in a certain mindset to enjoy this album. It's very melancholic and depressing, but it certainly conveys a message with its lyrics, suggesting that all hope is gone in life. The US band Blasphemous has released their first studio album in 7 years, titled To Lay Siege and Conqueror, on October 25th through Adirondack Black Mass. Take a listen. This long-awaited return marks a significant milestone for the band, and it's clear they put considerable effort into crafting a compelling listening experience. This album is a hard-hitting melodic black metal album infused with elements of melodic death metal. I love the intricate riffs that drive the song and the the aggressive in-your-face vocals at a raw intensity that captures your attention. The beautiful melodies that weave throughout the track sweep you away, creating contrast that enhances the darker themes present in the music. From the outset, it's evident that this is a dark-sounding album, but it's also filled with rich, engaging melodies. You can tell that this band draws inspiration from legendary acts like Creator, especially the early works such as Endless Pain. The riffs are majestic and the drumming is fucking thunderous, creating an expansive soundscape that envelops you. Each track is a sonic journey that showcases the band's, technical prowess and songwriting skills. While I believe this album resides on the borderline of black metal, I can understand why some people might argue that it leans more towards melodic death metal. To me, however, it retains the essence of black metal with its raw energy and atmospheric undertones, which I generally appreciate. The production strikes a fine balance. It feels polished, yet maintains a rough edge that complements the genre. The self-titled track kicks off with the album with a bang, setting a high standard for what's to come. You got some fancy guitar work on tracks like Martyr Complex, which features intricate solos and powerful rhythms. Spiritual Enslavement showcases a blend of heaviness and melody that keeps you hooked, while Curse of the Witch Christ delivers an exhilarating experience with its tremolo riffing that is both haunting and exhilarating. The album closes with Neverborn, which features an insane melody that serves as a fitting fucking closer, leaving you craving more. Overall, this is a strong album by Blasphemous, and I particularly love how dark it sounds at times. The themes explored throughout the album evoke feelings of despair and reflection, all while keeping you engaged with its relentless fucking energy. I'm scoring it around, 70%. It's short but sweet. Clocking in at just half an hour with no extra fluff. Just fantastic black metal that delivers a punch in every track, a punch straight to the gut. For those who appreciate a blend of melancholic intricacy and aggressive sound, this album is definitely worth a listen. Give it a shot and immerse yourself in the dark and captivating world of that is Blasphemous. Next up, we're heading over to Switzerland with Schammasch, who released a new album, the Maldoror, Chants, Old Ocean, on October 25th through Prosthetic Records. One word to sum up this album is it's fine. There's really nothing special about it. It's a blend of black metal and avant-garde with a hint of gothic elements. At times, it's slow and doomy, and I was impressed with some of the songs. The vocals feature a rich monotone at times, complemented by harsh and aggressive vocals that fit well with the band's sound. The blackened shrieks are very good, but the clean vocals could use some fucking work. There are a lot of long songs on this album, which at times meander. I found myself wanting to do something else that was thoroughly more entertaining than this album. I do love long songs, but these tracks seem to last fucking forever at times. However, there's some very good guitar work throughout. Crystal Waves, which starts off the album, is a slow burn and probably one of my favourite songs on this album. Your Waters Are Bitter is a great mesh of avant-garde black metal with spiraling guitar work. A lot of this album is slow paced, which is alright, but for black metal, I prefer faster tempos and extreme aggression at times, and I just don't get that from this release. They Have Found Their Master is another 10-minute song, and while it's okay, it's really nothing special. I Hail You, Old Ocean is fine as well, but it could be better. Overall, I wasn't really feeling this album and I haven't gone back to it since. Hopefully it will grow on me, as I do like some of the guitar parts, but the vocals can be a bit jarring at times. I'm probably going to score this around 55%. I don't think I will revisit this one. I just don't want to listen to it again. So, Galea released a new album, Makoma. I've already discussed this a few weeks ago in Discovery, and I said it was very good. It's definitely different, but it works for Galea. So check out Galea if you haven't already, and check out Discovery a few weeks ago. Should I talk about this release that everyone was raving about a few weeks ago? I don't know if I should. You know what? Forget it. Fuck it. Oranssi Pazuzu released their 5th studio album, I think called Muuntautuja, on October 11th through Nuclear Blast. Let's cut straight to the point. I didn't like this one. Oranssi Pazuzu is a very interesting band, and I love most of their work up until this release. I saw them at a Tangent Festival back in 2022 with Questy, and still to this day, they were one of the heaviest fucking bands I've ever heard in my life, and one of the loudest bands I've ever heard in my life. They were good. But this album, well, this album is very different. They combine industrial elements with their psychedelic black metal and a few other weird influences. I was worried they were going down this path, and unfortunately it came to fruition. Good on you if you like this one. Some other metal YouTubers love it, but I tried listening to it a few times and I just want to turn it fucking off. To me, this is their weakest album. The psychedelic, chaotic black metal that I love has now diminished in a frenzy of like mainstream elements. If you enjoy this weird avant-garde black metal, you certainly like this because they throw everything at you, including that expensive kitchen sink you own. It's dark sounding and horrifying at times, but I just don't want to go back and listen to this fucking album. That's the honest truth. I don't like this, but I can appreciate how they are experimenting more on this record. This isn't even a proper review. It's just about an album I couldn't finish. Maybe in time it will grow on me, but the first time in 6 years, I'm giving an album a no score. That doesn't mean it gets 0%, as I do enjoy some hidden melodies on it. But the no score basically means I haven't engaged with the album. I haven't actually listened to it fully. It's not even long. It's only 43 minutes, so what the fuck is wrong with me? But I just don't want to go back to it. So a no score for the first time in Discovery in 6 years. It's getting. Never thought I would rate Oranssi Pazuzu a no score. Never thought would I absolutely shit on Sword of the Sun's album Shining. Holy shit, that was my most anticipated album of the year, and Swallow the Sun deliver such shitful, tasteful music like Shining. Get in the fucking bin. Oranssi Pazuzu, you can get in the fucking bin as well with Swallow the Sun. These are the worst albums I've heard of 2024 so far. And now, our main event for the return of the Discovery is the Georgia band Psychonaut 4 and the new album of Mourning released, Our Mourning or Of Mourning, I think it's Our Mourning, released through Immortal Frost on October 25th. This album doesn't sound depressing. In fact, the riffs and melodies are so good, they draw you in fucking immediately. I love the songwriting on this record. It's incredibly replayable, which is something that Oranssi Pazuzu's recent release lacks. The album features crushing riffs and insane manic vocals mixed with clean guitars, also all layered with a gothic undertone in some songs. Overall, most of this album is very impressive. There are nice piano sections, clean guitars, and soft somber moments that add depth to the music. When the heaviness comes into play, you can't help but bang your fucking head along with it. The best way to kick off the album is with the track the first track, and it starts with ugh, which is always fun because you know you're in for a great time whenever a band starts with an energetic opening like that. I also really love the last song on this album. It is everything. Intense black metal sections, melancholic interludes, beautiful piano parts, squealing guitars, some lovely clean vocals at the end. Or some lovely... Did I say lovely? They're alright. It's a very good album from start to finish, and it could easily be my favourite of the month. Oh wait, Blood Incantation's new album came out. Blood Incantation also released a fantastic album this month. I forgot about that, even though this album is killer as well. Of Mourning stands out as very enjoyable in its own right. The introductory track featuring a girl crying mixed with beautiful Latin-inspired guitar works exceptionally well and sets the tone for the rest of the album. The instrumentation is incredibly strong, and Psychonaut 4 has always been known for their unique and often strange soundscapes. The album is no different. Just take a look at the insane album covers throughout the past few years. At least this album cover is more pleasant to look at compared to some of their previous releases. To me, I think this is one of their best records because it maintains the depressive themes that this band is known for while also incorporating fun fucking elements. It's a very good DSBM album that doesn't shy away from exploring different sounds and emotions. My main issue, however, lies with the clean vocals at times. They can sound a bit rough around the edges, but then again, they're not supposed to sound polished. After all, DSBM is disturbing and it isn't meant to mimic the sound of other metal bands. I'm thinking scoring this at 80%. I have a strong feeling this album will grow on me even more with subsequent listens. Just listen to Museo Amori and you'll see what I mean. It's fantastic fucking black metal, featuring great guitar work and frantic screams while still sounding incredibly interesting. I loved it. So, that's it for Discovery this week. A lot of you will probably disagree with this episode. That's alright, it's fine. Opinion are like assholes. Everyone has them. And that's fine because I've reached a point in my life where I just don't give a fuck anymore. If I don't like an album, I'll tell you and I won't sugarcoat it. Hopefully you'll discover some new bands from this episode. A lot more great stuff was released this week, so there might be another Discovery episode later next week. This is my first time recording a video in about a month. Yes, in about a month. And you're probably saying, Jamie, how are you uploading? Your last upload was like 5 days ago. Well, that's because I had a good break and I got to see my best friend get married over in the UK. So I pre-recorded a lot of videos before I left Australia. And I kept pumping out content during my absence and while I was on holiday. I'm currently experiencing jet lag, but not even that can stop me from filming Discovery. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts. It's been fun, and I'll see you in the next one.